we're back with Unforgettable Conversations.
Season 6.
Season 6, episode 1.
Ooh.
How do you feel being the lucky guest?
I don't feel lucky. I feel cursed.
You're cursed to be the first victim.
The first
of
victim.
Season 6.
Of
Now I feel like this thing's actually pretty far.
See,
Let's see if we can.
All right, hold on.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, see, I kind of felt it was a little far. I was like,
I was starting to notice it too. I was like, now that you mentioned it, it does seem kind of far.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Dude, okay, so I kid you not, like 3 hours in this room just trying to organize everything. Because there was like, as you can tell, there's some storage stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just, wires were everywhere because everyone was using the podcast and everything was everywhere. And then the few times that we did do a podcast with Tim, he would always mention that
he wouldn't
to
know.
edit his or to fix his
voice.
his mics or the voice the mic or the headphones because he would always have like, I don't know if he's a little bit sensitive. He definitely is sensitive.
Tim? Yeah, out of all of us, I think he is. He's the most sensitive.
Because he could tell when it's like the volume is too high on his mic or the volume is too high on his headphones.
Yeah.
He would always tell me, and I'm like, oh man, like which one is that one?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because he's in the worship team or more in the what's it called, like he's a musician.
He's a cheerleader.
Church. Yeah, he's a cheerleader. But you said you spent 3 hours here. I feel like you should have spent 6 hours. There's still a lot of stuff going on over there.
Oh, thank you.
Like behind the scenes, behind the camera, it's a mess. There's so much. Like there's clothes, there's boxes, there's.
That's not true. There's not any. Actually,
okay.
there might be a blanket in that hamper.
Okay, no, you did a great job. We were talking about the room, right? It's really nice. It's mellow, but I was telling him, if you want me to do some electrical work, let me know, and then I'll.
Alex is gonna help me set the mood.
Yeah, set the mood. Okay,
set the mood for this place to be able to dim our top soft lights up top.
Yeah.
So it's like we no longer have to cover them up.
Yeah,
because they're too bright.
Do you want to let them know what they're covered with?
Not really.
All right.
Okay. We'll tell him. Tell him. Tell him why.
Okay. All right. So I looked up and I'm like, why are you guys using some like covers? And I'm like, are those pillow sheets? And they're I don't know what material they are, but like, you could tell
linen, I guess.
Yeah.
Or something.
Some kind of material. And I was like, why do you have the pillow sheets on the lights? And he's like, to like dim the lights. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you don't want the full brightness of the light just on you, especially like if you want it to be like a darker room for the podcast. And I was like, okay, well, just let me know if you want a dimmer, You're
over here like, this dumb doesn't know what he's doing. He could just install a dimmer and get it fixed.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
he's over here trying to put stuff on the lights.
Yeah, no, but no,
this is the difference between a plumber and an electrician.
Right.
A plumber will try to like cover it up. An electrician will solve the problem.
But I think it would be the other way around. If I had a plumbing issue, I'd be like, I don't know how to fix that pipe. I'll just put a sock in it and
put a sock in it. It'll eventually dry out.
Yeah, eventually it'll stop, right? Yeah, but no, it's little things like that.
Yeah, no, but it's small improvements. I mean,
yeah.
I just noticed when we would do the podcast and like either you would be sitting there or Danny or me on this specific light, we would get shined like crazy. And it would create this little like shadow. Like sometimes we would be wearing our hats, and it does still because of the lights, the other backlights, but it'll create like a little shadow on us, or it'll just like be super bright on our face.
Yeah, and then your face looks like oily, I guess, right? Maybe.
Well, for me, it would be my glasses. It would be very reflective on the camera. So that would cause problems because then it'd be like it's just like a random light reflection in the camera lens.
Yeah.
So that I was like, okay, how can I do it? And I looked up different things, and I ended up buying a soft light, but I was like, it's not strong enough. Or we used it with I don't know if you remember when we did the episode with Eli. It was super like grainy and like very like everybody looked pale.
Okay.
Everyone looked like vampires. Like that thing was so bright, and I tried to put it at the lowest setting, and it was still so bright. And I'm like, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, the pillow sheets
so the
definitely
pillow
do
sheets
a great job.
actually
So
do a great job to like dim it down a little bit.
yeah. So credit to Target for the pillow sheets.
Yeah, actually, that might have been Walmart.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. Oh, you're right, huh? I
Mhm.
love Walmart. All right. So episode 1, huh? That's crazy.
One of season 6. Can you believe that we've been doing this for I think almost
2
we're,
years.
we're already going on year 3.
Year 3. Okay. When was the? I remember the initial talk about the podcast was at the Denny's. Remember with James and Danny, and we were right there all talking
Yeah.
about different things, different ideas, and I think we even like recorded it. Like I was. I had
You
my
were
phone.
you were smart because you recorded it and then you saved it and then we actually ended up publishing
Oh
it.
yeah.
I think like a year and a half later.
It's on Spotify, right?
I think it's on Spotify. So check us out on YouTube, check us out on Spotify, whichever one it is. But yeah, if it wasn't for you saving that one,
we wouldn't have.
we wouldn't have had our pilot
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, it was the pilot.
Which was pretty cool because it was like you could still hear everybody at Denny's, but yeah, we were
we're
making
eating or,
the dumbest jokes ever, and we're like, yeah, we should start a podcast, we should do this, and to think that it went from being at Denny's with just a cell phone to
now having the mics, the headsets, the room.
Sure Super 55 and the Sure, I think it's the Super something, Super 8 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It'll say right here, I think. But either way, really high end microphones, boom arms that are high end.
Oh yeah, 55.
I mean, yeah, 55.
It's cool.
And yeah, just I mean the headphones. I mean, I think initially when I first bought the like kit, your starter kit, it was on Amazon and it was like $500, and it was like you got the little pod track that like recorded everything, and you just needed an SD card, and it came with these headphones. So we still have the same original headphones, but like Samsung cheap microphones, and actually I remember think this one's still one of them. But they're not cheap actually. They're actually pretty decent.
Yeah, they're good.
But it was like a bundle. Like you get 4 mics, the pod track system, headphones, and like adapters.
Right.
And I think it even came with like little boom arms. But they were like super cheapy ones. I remember they would always fall off the table.
Yes, and we had the little table with just the wheelchairs or whatever,
wheelchairs.
Not the wheelchairs.
It was, you know where I got those chairs from?
Oh, you stole them, right? You took them. No, you found them, right?
I plead the fifth. No.
Oh, sorry,
so at church.
You stole it from church. You're like, oh, pass it out. We don't need this.
You guys don't need this, right? Just start taking them.
You took 4. I remember we loaded one up in my car. Remember? I think we brought 1 or 2.
Yeah, we ended up bringing. Well, so we ended up. I think we stuck 2 in your car and then 2 in my car.
Yeah.
And it was one of the hermanas from church. She was. I don't want to say their name, but like they were part of a company that was a recruiting company, like a temp agency, and they were getting rid of all their chairs, and they brought them to church for church, and there must have been like 40 of them.
Yes.
And I remember I even asked because they were worn out chairs, like they were crickety, like
they were about to
super loud chairs, and they were breaking down, but they were like office style chairs. And I talked to Tony, and I was like, hey Tony, like what's gonna happen to all these chairs? They're just sitting here. And they were like the roll wheel ones, and he was like, I mean, maybe eventually we might throw them away. And I was like, let me take 4 of them. So he asked, and I'm talking about Tony, not little Tony, big Tony. And he's like, yeah, they said that you can take some.
Damn,
and that's how I got those 4, and they were just kind of like hand me down used ones. And then I remember we used them, and like every single time you moved, it would be like,
yeah, but they were cool because you could like lean back and
lean back.
Oh yeah, with those, they weren't actual wheelchairs; they're chairs with the little wheels on the bottom. But they were like flimsy, like little office ones. But I remember the table, and then like those clamps that would hold the mic with the mic stand thing. I
ended up buying one of those little cheap because I didn't want it to just be the white table, because it was like the what is it, the lifestyle, or not lifestyle, but like
just those foldable like
tables. Target, Walmart tables. And like I was like, let's put something over it, and I put everything over it, the black cloth, but then I needed to also make holes for the microphones and for everything else. So I started like poking holes in that thing, so it was like,
do you still have that table?
Yeah, I still have the table. Yeah, they used it for because you know how I bought more, and Frankie's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
you guys had one of
Jackie
those?
and
Okay.
James wanted to borrow all my tables and all my chairs, so
Yeah.
I let them take them.
I'm thinking of
They're gonna use them for the baby shower as well.
the baby shower. Yeah, next month. Or it might be in April. But I was just laughing right now. Remember? Okay, so during my proposal, I don't know if you heard or knew about this, but at the end, a lot of the tables were brought by my brother Braulio, and then other tables were your
Some of them
dad's.
were mine,
Yours
and then some of them
were
so
your dad's.
I guess my dad only had one super, like it wasn't even a legit table. It was like
Yeah.
like literally
Like a
maybe the
chafita,
size of this.
a little
Or
table,
smaller,
yeah.
yeah.
And then you took yours, but then your dad is like walking around and he's like, "Oh, that one's mine. Oh, that one's mine." And Jackie, like your sister, she's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah. Like, just put my name on it or something." 'Cause
Yeah.
he didn't see his name on it. But those tables actually were my brother's, and
They were from the church.
from his church, and the church's name was underneath the table. And I'm laughing.
There was one table missing because
Yeah.
remember your brother took all of them.
his tables, and,
And
then he's
then
like,
He kept
"Oh, I'm missing
looking.
one
He's
table, I'm
like,
missing
he
one table."
kept like flipping mine over, and he's like, "No, these are yours."
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one, they have your name on it, and they're different style because they
Yeah.
were
So
mine were the Walmart ones
foldable.
because I had Walmart and Target
tables.
style, and
Yeah.
he had like Costco style, like the big ones.
Yeah, the big tables. And so,
And,
but he was like, "Oh, no, okay, yours are yours." But he was still like trying to figure out which ones were his. And one of those that your dad basically told Jackie, "Hey, write my name on it." But he wasn't doing it in a like a malice way or like "Oh, I'm going to
He
take
just
this."
didn't want to like there be any confusion. I mean, I ended up writing my name on them that day too because I was like,
It's going to happen.
because I asked Jackie, I was like, hey, so which ones are mine so I can actually write like mine and Kez's name on it so we don't like misplace them either.
Yeah, that's good.
And she's like, I think it's these ones. And I flipped them over and I checked them. I'm like, okay, they are mine. So
You wrote your name. Yeah, but it was funny
I
because
actually had to Google the Walmart style tables. And then I found like, oh, it's like this weird name brand. And I looked at it. I was like, okay, that's the Walmart.
those
ones,
are your tables. Yeah.
But yeah, he I think asked Jackie to sign one, and then it was actually your brothers from church.
And then they figured it out, and then my brother's like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna take it." And your sister was just so mad at your dad, like, "Oh my God, why would you make me do that? Like, see, this is what happens when you try to like I don't know, do it your way, blah blah blah." And your dad was like, "Oh, we all make mistakes, blah blah blah." But
Get a little bit of bleach and just
yeah, a little, no, not even bleach. I think with
what's that
lacquer,
one?
lacquer thinner.
Oh, lacquer thinner, or like goof off. Is it goof off?
Oh yeah,
that brand?
it's a like a liquid that takes off anything from anything.
It's a liquid that takes anything off of anything.
Yes.
So acid.
Acid, yeah, just or bleach.
That stuff actually works pretty good because if you get like if someone ever graffitis your car,
You get it.
you could use that on there.
Who would graffiti your car?
I don't know. You might have like some hater out there.
I have a lot of those. Yeah, maybe I need some goof off of that.
I'm gonna put this right here.
Oh yeah. What is this?
Oh, this is a comic book that was graded that I have, and it's a let me see this. It's
6.5. Is that a good grade?
Amazing Spider-Man issue 112, and it's graded a 6.5 out of 10, and it's actually signed by Gary Conaway back in 2019.
Wow.
And he is the creator of the story. Ooh. So this actually, it tells you right here. That's when it came out.
What
you want to read it?
Yeah. Let me see. It says,
that's the month, and then that's the year.
Oh wow! It came out
crazy,
in September 1972.
1972. That thing is older than both of us.
So this is original, like,
which kind of ironic because we were born in the same year.
Oh yeah, this is older than us. Marvel Comics Group. Oh man, 20 cents. It has the price on it on the top.
That's how much it was originally, and then
now it's probably worth how much? Just a ballpark guess.
Well, I think I spent like $100 on this bad boy.
It's probably worth like $5 now. No,
it's probably worth like $70 now.
So you bought it $100 graded already or not?
Graded? Yeah, I bought this one graded, and I bought the other ones graded too.
Oh yeah, more.
So I have more than one signed.
Wow, that's
which
cool.
I liked it because it's kind of like it's almost like a little bit of a like an art piece, but it's also like I like the comic books.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, they're pretty cool. Spidey cops out.
Wow. The only thing that sucks is you can't read it anymore.
Yeah, you can't open it.
because it's completely sealed. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say 'cause we can't read anymore.
Oh yeah, because I read at a lower level.
Lower level. Oh, this is too.
It's like they're pictures.
This is fifth grade level.
Fifth grade level.
Like,
I
oh,
only
like
read at a third and a half.
Third
A
and a
third
half.
and a half grade.
Yeah,
A
we
third
went to
grader that went to summer school.
summer school. I was gonna say in summer school. That's why you got the half.
That's where I got the half from.
That's pretty cool. Cops out. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. And Spider-Man is like throwing like a gang sign. Like,
There's actually a comic book, and that does look like gang signs.
yeah, I was like, whoa.
He's throwing the spider web.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? Oh no, he's from the east. But yeah, no, I like Spider-Man. I was watching the animated one, the Spider-Verse one. So there was the first one and the second one.
The second one?
Yeah, did you watch both?
I saw the first one. I liked it, and then I still haven't gotten the chance to see the second one.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Oh man, I love that movie. Okay, no kidding. The second one is like 10 times better than the first one. So if you thought the first one was
Really?
good, the second one's pretty good. Like it just goes up. So
Rarely does the
second
sequel
one, yeah,
outshine the original.
the first one, the original, yeah. So it was really good. You gotta watch it. I rewatched it the other day. Yeah, but I love Spider-Man. He's a great character. I think
Because that one is where it's not Peter Parker, it's
Miles
Morales, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's half black, half
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Yeah. And
Wait, is that true? I just made
no,
it up.
it is Puerto Rican. No, it is Puerto Rican or Dominican. No,
Dominican? Cuban.
no, not Cuban.
Well, it's New York, right? So it's got to be Puerto Rican.
It is Puerto Rican. Yes, his mom's Puerto Rican, and his
Did you know
dad is
that
black.
Puerto Ricans can say the N word?
What's the N word?
Never.
I never. Oh, oh, really? No.
Yeah, I heard that.
Who from who? Puerto
From
Rico?
Puerto Rico.
I don't know. So I think Puerto Ricans are like a mix of, natives and people from Africa. And I could see like, Puerto Ricans as like a mix of like different races or different, black
I thought
ethnic
they were
groups.
from Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Isn't that
but
like an island or something?
yeah, it's an island, but originally like Puerto Rico was okay. So Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, or maybe I'm confusing it for another. No, it is Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Are together, and like back in the 1600s, 1700s, like
During the slave trade.
the slave trade, the
Right.
British brought Africans to the islands, and but I don't know if there must have been some native people there already, but they mixed with the blacks, and now it's like a mix of blacks and the natives. And I'm sure, okay, I could see how they can say the N word because they are in a way black, but I'm still like, wow, that's kind of trippy,
Yeah, that's true. I always find it kind of interesting because there's it's weird where certain people have certain rules for certain races, but then there's also another thing that I noticed is that certain races beef with with the same race.
How so? Like, give an example.
Okay,
Like people from a 5K
so okay, like
and a 10K.
I know that people from like, this is an example, India, they beef with each other. Like there's certain like sectors in or like I don't know if it's like countries in India that they beef with other people that are Indian as well.
Okay.
And then part of it is because of their religion, because like some of them would be Muslim or Hindi or I forgot what the other one was called. I literally had like a full on conversation with my coworker about this, and he was saying like, yeah, that's the same thing. Like,
Okay.
they beef with each other.
I could see that. I can definitely see that. So, like, an example would be in Mexico. So, I traveled to Mexico. I've gone to different states. And I know there's, like, the people from the north give, like, not attitude, but, like, have beef with people from central Mexico, like Mexico City, those states.
Right, yeah.
Everyone says, oh, the northerners feel, like, entitled. They think they're the best. They think they're better. And in a way, it's, yeah.
Or Mexicans and Guatemalans.
Or Mexicans and
Because
Guatemalans.
technically, in a weird way, people from Yucatan have descendants from Mayans.
Yes.
And Guatemalans actually have descendants from Mayans as well, because a lot of the majority of the
Mayan
Empire was
right
in
there.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
And that's like smack back, like right now. And you were actually in Mexico, and you actually filmed. Remember you were posting that you were like in Mexico, but the border for Guatemala was literally like a quarter mile from where you were at?
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago, but we actually crossed the border into Guatemala. We were like in Guatemala. But yeah, no, so I'm sure there's beef between those two ethnic groups or people, not ethnic, but like cultures. And even though they're...
Or technically countries.
yeah, countries, even though they're like descendants from the same, culture.
People, I guess you could.
The Mayans, they're still like, oh, you're Salvadorian. Oh, we're Mexicans.
Oh, Salvadorians too.
Yeah,
That's entirely different.
yeah. Yeah, I was saying Salvador, but I don't know. Okay, so people say. In reality, there is that racism against other, like Mexicans are not all of them, but a lot of Mexicans are, in a way, racist to Guatemalans, Salvadorians, people from Central America. They just don't want them in their country. It's kind of funny how and ironic.
They're like, they essentially beef with their own people.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, and it's
like there's like the whole issue with the border here, but then it's like they also have their own issue with the border down south.
Yes, other people from other countries trying to cross, and they're like, no, go back to your country and stuff like that. But yeah, no, and then even in Mexico, like there's always like issues like or that racism and that dislike of other people. Like people kind of downplay on Oaxacans.
Oaxacans too?
They make fun of them, they judge them, they make it seem like they're inferior, and it's true. I've seen it and I've heard of it. They're like, oh, they're short, oh, they're dark, oh, they're you could barely understand them, blah blah blah. So even
it's because they have their own. I think from what I've heard, they don't believe that that it's a dialect. They believe it's language in itself. But Mixteco is technically a language, right?
Yes, it
not
is
a dialect, because they get offended when you say it's a dialect.
No, it's their own language. Mixteco, Zapoteco.
Zapoteco is the other one. Yeah,
those are very prominent languages in the Oaxacan region or Guerrero. But they're there's a huge like history
stereotype in history with them.
Yeah. It's if you go back, it's all about like certain areas of Mexico were never really conquered by the Spanish, so they themselves kind of evolved in their own way without Spanish influence. And in other regions of Mexico, like obviously the Spanish came conquered.
That became the standard.
Yeah,
the Spaniard style was the standard, and like if you developed other than that, you were not. I don't know.
You were
different.
You were different and seemed inferior because you weren't part of like the larger group or the larger
group of the conquered area or whatever.
Yeah. So like I said, there's a history to it, but
you want to know something crazy that I heard about?
What?
The largest area, so the largest population of Oaxacans in the world is Oaxaca.
Okay.
But the second largest, guess where it's at?
Oxnard.
No.
Oh. L.A.
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a big population, the second largest population of Oaxacans in Santa Maria.
Wow.
In the world.
Wow.
In the world, dude.
The third biggest population?
Yeah. I know where you're going with this.
I was going to say our church.
Next to our church.
Wait,
the complex right there. There's a lot of... That's another thing that's crazy. There's certain complexes, like apartment buildings, that it's all like a specific race.
Yeah,
like if you go down over here by the base, the Porwanimi base off of Woolley, right before you get to Woolley, there's an apartment complex down there.
Okay.
Primarily Filipinos.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I went over there.
They're probably all part of the military. There's a lot of military people in the Navy.
That's true.
And a lot of nurses in the Navy are actually Filipinos.
Actually, that's true. There's like a lot of like Filipinos just in the Navy, not other branches, but primarily the Navy.
The Navy, yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Maybe they just like the ocean.
Yeah, because they're.
Oh no, I'm saying like because technically the Philippines.
Well, why not join the Coast Guard? I know. I was like,
the Coast Guard too. Yeah.
Well, maybe there are a lot of Filipinos in the Coast Guard. No, I was watching a video.
The largest population of Filipinos is in the Navy.
It's in the Navy.
The second largest is in the Coast Guard.
And then the third is in the Philippines. I was actually watching a video of this guy. I forgot the name of it. It's on Instagram, and I watch his videos. He goes and tries street food in different countries. And
is it Sunny?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's the white guy, right?
Yeah.
He's cool. And
with the bandana and everything.
Yeah,
the red bandana.
He was in he was in India, And a lot of those videos, I'm like, oh, thank God I don't live over there. And I never want to try those foods. But, you know.
Every single time I see his videos, I want to try everything.
Really? Oh, no.
I saw him eat like some live octopus a couple times. And like,
good, maybe.
And I know
Yeah,
some
like,
of it actually sounds pretty
No,
good.
some of it does. But he was in the Philippines now, and he was like, yeah, no, he was he ate. Okay, no, it wasn't octopus. It was squid, but dried squid. Like it was like a beef
dehydrated,
beef jerky style. Yeah,
and salty.
Yeah. But he said it
But
was
maybe with some aguacate.
Yeah, but
in the tortilla.
They just eat it dry.
A little bit of salsa.
That sounds good though. Oh, now I'm hungry. All right, let's take a break. We're gonna go get breakfast. No, but he was talking to Filipino people, and they were like speaking their language, but there was a lot of Spanish words, and the currency over there is actually pesos.
What?
Yeah, they use
since
pesos.
When?
I don't know. Since
Dude, we need to go to the Philippines like right now.
Yeah,
I got a whole bunch of leftover pesos from last time.
Like, oh, let's go buy some dry squid.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese money. You know when you have leftover Chuck E. Cheese money, you go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Just go and use it all up.
Take your tickets with you too.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, they use pesos? That's crazy. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, I don't know if it's the exact like peso as in Mexico, but
peso pluma.
The peso pluma. I haven't even heard from that fool. Is he still like alive?
I forgot who told me, but someone told me that he was doing MMA, and I'm like, that's not true. And then we looked it up, and we're like, no, that's not even him. They were thinking of a different artist.
Person. Okay. Oh, yeah. An artist that was like,
it was
who was doing MMA?
Oh, the one that dressed up like a girl one time in his music video.
Danny?
Other than Danny. Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny was doing MMA.
Wow, okay. Oh, he's doing all the things, huh?
Yeah.
all the things.
He's wearing dresses. He's doing MMA.
He's eating squid.
He's eating squid in the Philippines. Dude, that what's the name of that YouTube channel with Sunny? It's the greatest the greatest food ever, or no, the greatest food in the world. You guys got to go check it out. He's got two channels.
Yeah,
he's got one that's specific to traveling and one that's specific to food.
Yeah,
but he eats food in both of them.
Yes, yeah. No, it's pretty interesting. I like to watch the videos just out of curiosity.
Did you watch the episode of Joe Rogan where he interviews him?
No,
dude, it's good. And then he explains how like the question that everybody's wondering, how's his digestive system?
Yeah.
And he said that like in the interview, I think he was saying that like for months on end, it's like every single day it's just diarrhea.
Oh,
from all the I mean, think about it. Like you're going out to different like
countries, different areas, trying food that you're not used to.
That you're not used to. Like your stomach's
flush you out.
It's gonna clean you out every single time.
Man. That was TMI. But like in December when I went to Mexico, my fiance and I and her family were going to different places, and there was this Mexican restaurant we went to, and we all got sick. Like the majority. Mexico City, yes, okay. Mexico City. You know, you think it's clean, organized, and anywhere in Mexico, it's not really like that clean. One of the largest cities in the world, yeah. So we went to this restaurant. It was a nice restaurant. It looked clean. It looked decent. We all had different kinds of food, and we were like, what was the food that got us sick? Because the majority of us, like the next day, we were just like, and we were like, what was it? And we came to the conclusion that it was salsa. That's kind of weird.
Oh, the salsa.
The salsa, yeah. Okay. But they had the bottle ones, and I was like, okay, that's plausible.
Like it was too spicy, or was it like it was bad?
No, it was just probably bad because it wasn't like it wasn't like spicy, and there was different kinds. There was like the different bottle ones, and some people had it, other people didn't, and I had it, and I was bad for like 2 or 3 days. So
what kind of salsa was it?
I don't remember. It was like little botellitas, little bottles. It was like a specific brand from over there, I think, but I was like, man, I thought it would have been the cheese or the milk or the water or something else, but no, it was the salsa.
How did you guys determine that it was the salsa?
Because I think my fiance didn't have salsa. Other people from our group had that salsa and other people didn't, and we're like, oh, what was it? Was it like the plates that we got? Because my fiance and I we're foodies. We had 3 different plates. We had I think it was like a sope, pozole, and then and frijoladas. And
what are enfrijoladas? Oh, is that where you made some one time?
Yeah. You dip the tortilla in like beans.
Yeah,
like fried beans.
You fry it.
And then you fry it and take it out, and then you put cheese.
You did that cream. One time when you cooked dinner for us.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. No, I don't remember.
You don't remember? I think you like took over my kitchen and then you made them.
Where? Oh, what? This kitchen here?
Yeah. I only have one kitchen.
Like, what kitchen? What kitchen?
Yeah, I think you said that you were gonna cook for. I think you cooked for all of us. I know for sure you cooked for like me and Kaz, but I think there was a couple of our friends.
I don't remember.
We came over to the house and you're like, I'm gonna cook for everybody.
No. Oh.
Remember? It was that one time. It was a long time
dinner.
ago, but it was frijoladas.
That's right.
Made.
I just don't remember.
I remember I was like, what the heck is that? And you're like, oh, it's beans. It's like mashed beans and refried.
Yes, and then you dip the tortilla. It's basically like enmoladas or chilaquiles. You're like, just make it work.
Chilaquiles.
Yeah, I know, but we had the salsa and it like
Quesadillones.
Quesadillones. Oh man, Mexico has like this. The food over there is
delicious.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
There's so many different
it's diverse.
So many different food.
Yeah.
Different foods, different plates in itself, and the different styles too.
Yes.
It could be like the same thing. Like I don't know if you've ever been to a restaurant where it's like huevos rancheros, but you go to a different one, it's like that's different huevos rancheros. It's still good, but it's different.
Yeah.
And then you go to another one, it's like that's a different style.
Yeah.
And there's like rancho style, and then there's like just regular modern style.
Yeah.
Like someone decides to like open up a restaurant, do their own thing.
Their own way. Yeah, man. Like and different regions have different like specialties. So like your wife's family comes from Yucatan, right? And their specialty over there are the cochinita pibil. Los
panuchos, and then there's this thing that I still haven't tried, and my wife still wants to try. Is it's like a caldo. I think it's from like Turkey, but it's like
it's
like
black.
a turkey caldo, but it's black.
Yes.
I don't know what it's called, but I definitely want to try it.
It's turkey caldo black.
Turqueado.
Turqueado. No, I know.
They eat a lot of turkey down there. Which I would want to go down there and see if I can go hunt for a turkey, because they must have so many turkeys if that's like one of their main dishes.
They must have. I just don't.
Either they're growing they're growing them from the ground up, or they have just these farms that I want to go over there and see if I can go hunt
a turkey. I don't know if
punch a turkey to death.
that's some animal cruelty right there.
Oh, I meant stab a good turkey.
Okay, a little bit better. Maybe if you shoot it, it'll be faster.
Definitely.
Dude, I one time saw my uncle. This was in Mexico, not in the U.S. It was Mexico, like years ago. He just grabbed a gun and shot the pig on the head, like straight up, right there,
right in the
middle,
between the actually no, not between the eyes. Their forehead.
Yeah, in the forehead. You just saw the hole. Okay,
was it like a 22 or was it like a 45?
No, it must have been a 22, like a small caliber.
Small caliber.
But it was just like. And then it just started bleeding, and then he died. Like it was crazy. And then one
Did
time
the bullet come out?
No, it just.
So it could have been a 22.
Yeah, it went in, and then they made him to carnitas, and he was really delicious.
Dude, this is the crazy thing. My dad one time took me and Danny took us to a farm in Santa Paula, and they had a pig there.
Okay.
And they had like this little corral, so all the pigs were running around. So we went out there, and it was my dad and a brother from church, and I don't think he brought his kids, but they were gonna split a pig.
A pig, okay.
So like you pay half, I pay half. We'll share the meat.
Okay.
And they did, and they picked out a pig, and they're like, okay, go grab that one. So one of the farm hands goes over there. He goes in there, and he has to kind of chase these things down because they know that they're being chased. So they all run like crazy. So he goes, chases it down, grabs it, pins it down, ties its legs up. And he like hog ties it, so the patas and the hands, even though they're all patas. And then they drag that bad boy out. And this is the crazy thing: they have to kill it away from the other pigs, because if they kill it in front of the pigs, they get traumatized.
And
they start
PTSD.
Yeah, they get PTSD by seeing one of their brethren die. So they took him and they dragged him over here, like hidden behind, and they actually tied its snout so it wouldn't scream either, because if they hear it, they get traumatized too. So then this is the crazy thing I didn't know until I learned that day, and I must have been like 7 years old, and Danny was like 4 years younger than me. So we see, and they're like, okay, so this is how you kill a pig. And the thing is still tied. So they're like, you find its armpit, and then you just get a blade and you insert it just right in there. And the thing was tied. Guy gets the knife, lines it up. He's like right between, like right where the armpit meets the rest of the torso.
Yeah.
You shove it in there sideways, and it instantly, like, it goes, like, it was tied. It had the hog, the snout,
the snout
was tied.
Tied down.
Right? It's like, it like kind of made a couple of noises, and then it's just like,
the light just went out.
Dead. And then he pulled out the knife. It bled out like a good amount, but then that was it.
Wow.
And then we ate him.
Like raw?
Bacon.
Bacon. Oh,
we just
man.
grilled him right there and then.
And then it was just eating.
Oh, dude, I remember we used to have chickens. This is another crazy story. We used to have chickens.
Was this like a couple of years ago when your dad lived, you guys lived on Jasper? Or not Jasper?
Well, he's always had, like, he's had every single animal, like, we can think of. He's had a pig in the backyard, like a dog.
What?
Like,
like a dog?
It would sleep underneath the recycle bin. Yeah, like all the recyclables, it would like hide under that.
Like a little pig or a big one?
The thing was like the size of a dog.
Dang, that's a big one. Yeah.
So he's had pigs, he's had chickens, he's
horses,
had
camels,
no,
whales.
I don't know about horses, whales. Yeah, it was a goldfish whale.
Did you guys have fish? Did you guys ever have fish?
We had fish.
Okay. What about like a lizard or a snake?
We've had guinea pigs. We've never really had like reptiles, so like not really like lizards.
Well,
actually, I've had like the blue belly lizards.
Oh, okay, I see.
So, but those are like regular ones that you can catch outside.
Yeah.
But never like actual snake. I don't think they like snakes.
Mm.
But everything else, parrots, you name it, freaking raccoons, possums.
Yeah, raccoons. Oh man, remember the raccoon?
The raccoons.
Or no, what was it? No, a possum. Was it an opossum?
It was a
raccoon?
possum. It was
The baby one?
Oh,
still out there,
we'll get to that story. But going back to this story.
Oh, yeah. So, your dad had...
My dad had chickens when we were younger. And this is around the same time. Like, we lived in the avenue. It was a small backyard, and there were just chickens running around.
Ghetto.
And, and I was a little kid, too. I think I must have been, like, probably, like, 6 or 7, around that time, maybe 8.
Yeah.
And, ghetto. I remember one time we would always go and we'd feed the chickens because my dad would always have us feed the chickens. And one day I walk out and I open the back door. These chickens are hanging from their legs over the trash bin with their heads gone. And my dad's there like cleaning a knife.
Oh,
and then he's draining their blood. And then that night we had caldo de pollo. I kid you not. I ate that thing and it was delicious.
Dang, that's crazy, man.
All my traumatizing PTSD.
Yeah,
stories.
man. You guys have a lot of Danny, you have a lot of PTSD. That explains a lot.
Let's talk about PTSD with the possum though.
Oh no,
you want to tell that story?
Yeah, so that was oh man, this is years ago.
You were more ruthless than my dad.
What?
Dude, did you forget what you did to that thing?
Wait, there was 2, right? Remember the 2 different stories? So there was one about the trash.
The trash?
Oh no, wait, no. Okay.
What trash?
Oh, hold on. We're talking about the pool one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the pool one. All right. So no, it wasn't me. It was you.
You were. Don't blame me for this.
Okay.
I have a clean conscience about. Actually, no. I also participated.
He was an accomplice, so he bears the same weight as I do when it comes to the.
I stabbed the possum once.
Just for fun. You're walking down the street. You're like, ah!
No, it was in my backyard one time, dude.
Oh.
And I remember we cornered it and we were trying to get it out, but it was hissing at us. And we threw a blanket over it. I think like a towel over it. And I just got a knife and I was like, what?
Why would you?
And
do that?
I kid you not, that time was like the craziest time. Like, I think it was like the first time I ever killed anything. Like, really. Because the moment I stabbed it, it felt like
you felt good. You felt like,
I need to do it again. No.
With bigger
I stabbed it with a knife that I think my dad had. It was like a fishing knife that he left in the backyard or something like that. It was like a wooden handled single blade,
just a knife,
a fixed knife. Yeah. So I stabbed it, and it felt like you ever had an aluminum bat and you hit something hard
and it feels good.
Vibrates?
Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
It felt good.
No.
You know what? I'm coming to the conclusion that your dad is a very bad dad. He took you guys to see a pig getting killed. You know, he let you guys see the chickens beheaded, and then, you know, he left a knife out there. Your dad is, I think he's just old school, and I think he's the one to blame for all of this. Anyway, going back to no, and now
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think, if anything, that made me a better person. So you have to do hard things to become a hard person.
Anyways, your dad is now.
This is the reason
cooking.
you're soft and I'm hard.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Now your dad
You're telling me that you wouldn't let your children see dead animals and then force them to eat them?
I would.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I would.
I feel like it's a rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage. Yeah. No, yeah, my dad did let us see some gruesome things.
Because if not, then you're gonna have like little Nina kids.
It's true. I don't want little Nina kids. I want big Nina kids.
No, manly.
Yeah.
The manly Nina
Niñas,
kids.
yeah.
Manly Ninas.
Manly Niñas. No, but I was gonna say, like, now your dad is doing you know, cooking tutorials on YouTube.
And yeah, if you guys haven't gone to check it out, go check out Cooking with Jimenez. I think this
Cooking
is
with Jimenez. Yes, the first video's out. It's been there for a while. He makes mole.
He makes mole, and that originally was the biggest and like hardest project because the way he makes mole is like
He kills it.
20 ingredients,
Yeah, it's a lot
which is a lot. And I think they took like 8 hours to do that video. And shout out to Kaz, my wife, because she's the one that edited, and it took longer to edit than to film that episode. Because that episode took 8 hours to film it because she was doing like short little clips here and there and editing while she was doing it, filming, and she was behind the camera the entire time.
That's true dedication.
But it took like, I think 2 or 3 days to fully edit that episode.
Wow. And it took only 2 minutes to eat the whole one.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's tell the story of the little raccoon.
It was a possum.
Possum.
Oh, remember the raccoon though?
That's what I was thinking.
That one you shot.
I shot with.
You're the one that shot it with the gun you bought.
Oh,
it wasn't a real gun.
No, BB gun.
It was an airsoft gun or a
BB gun.
BB gun.
BB gun. Yeah,
that's a separate. That's well,
remember the birds. Remember the birds.
I don't know if we should be talking about this because.
All right, this is
another episode.
We're gonna incriminate ourselves.
Okay.
Animal services is gonna be knocking down.
I guess maybe. It sounds like your dad probably let you kill things too because, because you're doing a lot of stuff like me. I mean, think about it. Like what was some of the stuff that you saw growing up that was similar to what I saw? Pig getting killed.
Yeah,
chickens. I'm sure your dad probably was like, "Hey, we're gonna go kill a horse today and eat tacos de caballo."
No,
that sounded good.
No, I don't know what that was.
That was not a horse.
No, I was trying to do it like a hey. No.
Oh, the donkey there.
All right, let's.
Mules.
We're communicating with Daddy. That's his language. No, I did see my grandpa. Like this was probably like I was 8 or 10, and we were in Mexico visiting. My grandpa was like skinning I think it was a cow, and my dad's like, "Oh, let me help."
Skinning a cow.
Yeah, well, like he was dead already. You know, take off the skin and then start cutting the pieces of meat. Take out the organs.
So you never saw how the animal got killed?
No, I didn't see how it got killed, but it was already hanging, and my grandpa was seeing it. My dad's like, "Oh, here, let me do it." And I was just watching. I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
That must have been a lot of blood.
Yeah.
That must have been a pretty. What was it, on a tree?
Oh no!
Pulley system.
It was a pulley system.
Yeah, because I was like, a freaking cow.
They wait. Yeah. Because my grandpa, he had like cattle, and so they would make cheese. They would sell milk. They would, sell meat too. So, he was used to that. But like we went, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That was the first time I saw a skinless cow. It was delicious.
You had carnitas. No, you had tacos asada
later on. Yeah, that was good. I did see a cow though, like die in front of me because he was sick. So it was a huge cow over there in Mexico. It's all in Mexico. So he was like dying, or he was actually like not dying, but he was sick. He was ill, and the vet, he actually came over. No. So the vet came over, gave him a shot, like a medicine. So I don't know what it was, but it was supposed to help him. But all of a sudden, he started the maybe no, not morphine. Fentanyl. It was probably fentanyl or.
It was that salsa that you ate.
It was the salsa. Now it makes sense. They injected the cow with something, and you just saw the cow like convulsing, and the eyes like were just like.
Well, they should have just shot the dude. What the
Well,
heck?
no, they weren't trying to kill him. They were trying to save it because he was sick. The cat was sick.
Wait, but it died after.
Yeah, it died.
So it suffered.
Yeah.
So you saw a cow, and that's animal cruelty. You saw cruelty of an animal.
I was little. I didn't know what to do, and it died. And then they're like, "Well, we can't eat the meat because they had just put the medicine. Like it's not for like human consumption. So they were just gonna chop it up and give it to the dogs. And it was a huge cow. It's crazy, huh?
It sounds like your dad was bad too.
Right? Oh, yeah.
You saw a pig get shot in the head. You saw a cow get pretty much drugged until it died of overdose of fentanyl. And then you saw a cow get skinned in front of you. That's 3 different things. And then you're over here kicking possums.
What are you talking about? Kicking what?
Oh, never mind.
We
plead the fifth. Allegedly. Okay.
So at least we're not little big niñas. We're
honestly
big.
I feel like if we hadn't have gone through all those experiences, we wouldn't be the men that we are today. Because I feel like a lot of people nowadays, specifically men, or kids that are being raised to be men,
are not being raised
to be men the way that they're supposed to be men.
It's true. I do see that, you know.
Because like if you told us, hey, we're gonna go to El Rancho and we're gonna purchase a cow, but you have to do all the work. Kill it, prep it.
Yeah, I would do it. Would you do it?
I would do it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't do it once, but I actually, when we went one time to purchase meat from a cow that was going to be killed, I remember we took a portion of the meat, took it home, and my dad had me cut it and prep it, do the cuts. The meat was still shaking.
What?
The few times that I was cutting it. Like the nerves, you know how like the nerves are still like they're shooting, I don't know, electricity or they're still
the muscles still probably were active.
So I remember I was cutting it and like parts of the meat were like shaking.
Are you sure your hands were was shaking?
Maybe.
Like,
I don't even know if it was a cow.
It was a dog.
It was a dog.
Oh
man.
All right, let's see. That's good times. Huh?
Good times. So immigration.
Immigration.
No, dude. So the other day, I'm telling you this because this happened like down the street.
Oh,
here in downtown Oxnard.
All those.
I think I sent you the post.
Yeah. The people were out there protesting.
They were protesting because of the whole everything happening with ICE being in Oxnard. Vanilla ice. So ICE was out here arresting people, and then people started protesting down here, and they started burning the American flag. Which isn't that illegal? Like, isn't that like a federal?
No, it's not.
Law?
Wait, is it?
I want to say it is.
I don't know. I think it's freedom of speech. Okay.
I want to say that it's against the law to burn the American flag.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
I'm almost like 100% certain it is. Because they were out there, everyone had like signs that said like F Trump and like not my president and all this like signs and everything, and then they had Mexican flags as well.
Yes.
But then there was people bringing like the American flag and setting it on fire. Okay. And there was actually a post that I think the city of Oxnard's Instagram page posted it as well.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So no, burning the American flag is not illegal. The Supreme Court has ruled that flag burning is a form of symbolic speech protected by the First Amendment. Crazy, huh?
Freedom of speech. Okay.
Freedom of speech. But I think that's very disrespectful. I saw the post. Yeah. I saw the news coverage. And in my mind, I'm like, if you see who the people are doing those stupid things, they're young people. They're young high schoolers, middle schoolers, maybe young college students, or maybe they don't even go to school. But, like, they're just ignorant people that, you know, they want to be part of something big. They go out there with the mob mentality of like, oh, I'm going to get away with this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to burn the American flag. I'm going to chant like F you, Trump, F you,
ice. And okay, I understand frustration from most of the people, but then there are those that don't even like shouldn't even be there and don't know what they're doing, what they're fighting for, what they're protesting, and yeah, I think it's a huge disrespect to like burn the American flag, and especially like it doesn't. It's like kind of like what is called like a paradox or not paradox, but like it's you're burning the flag of the country where you're at, where you're living, where you know if you want your people to be in. That's a huge disrespect, and then you know you're waving the Mexican flag, blah, 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 like okay, like you know what are you trying to say? What message are you sending? Like it's a message, you know, and
it's definitely a message.
It definitely attracted people's attention and all of that. But is it the right message, or is it like just portraying like, oh wow, look, all these Hispanics, Mexicans, Central Americans, South Americans are like, you know, doing these acts of of violence and showing disrespect to America, that's why I say it's the young people that are not educated, are not told exactly what they should be fighting for, how they should be protesting, but I think those are just dumb people who don't know better, and I think they're just there for the wrong reasons.
And like you were saying, I think a lot of it is mob mentality. So I think a lot of people, they probably don't even care. Yet they're going out there because all their friends are going out there. They're all protesting, so they just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I know that a lot of people think it's not fair what's happening. Mm-hmm. But then again, think about it, like all those people that legally got here.
Yes.
If we're talking about it's not fair that this is happening, how is it fair that someone that went through the entire process, paid money, talked to a lawyer, did all the paperwork, took years to become an actual citizen or a resident, and did everything, and then now there's people that are just coming straight through the gate?
Yeah, it's not fair.
If we're not talking about fair, it's like, okay, so then what is fair? Like you're not. It's not like we're choosing a side, but it's like, if you're trying to determine what's fair, you're not weighing everything as far as like who or what should be going down. And like you said, there should be a better way than to burn the flag, because this is a place that there is a lot of benefits of living in the U.S. And by burning it, it's like the whole saying, and I'm not saying that this is exactly like it, but the whole saying like biting the hand that feeds you type of deal.
No, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I think it's just, and I could see like a lot of people that are doing like they're out there protesting, marching, going onto social media and saying like, F you ICE, F you Trump and all that. Like a lot of them might be like children of immigrants, and I think the children of immigrants, and I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying like the majority of them like don't know, like they might be protesting and like saying like, oh, my parents had to come illegally, oh, they had to suffer through all of this, blah blah blah. Okay, now, and then if you're born here, like, okay, cool, now you're an American citizen, now you're probably gonna have a better life than your parents, because they became immigrants, they left wherever they came from, and I'm sure it was just a worse place than they are now in the U.S. It's better now, and then for their kids to have a better lifestyle, better future, more opportunities. Some people take that advantage, but then I think now the kids have to realize like, okay, I have to do better, and it's just one of the things that happens. Like, you could go back in history and say like, oh, all of this happened. Oh, Mexico used to own this land. Oh, this, it was always better. Like, oh, everyone is an immigrant, even like, American, Caucasian people, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, whatever happened in the past happened in the past, but now like look ahead, look into the future, like try to like see what you can do now for yourself and for your people, and protesting, like
it's good, but also the way, like you said, the way you do it.
Yeah, the way you do it, like I guess you just have to be better, but at the end of the day, like no one's gonna be like, there's always gonna be like that one person or that 1% of people who like just ruin it for everyone, or who like do stupid acts and you're like, oh really, like you're just messing it up. I don't know if you saw also like on the what was it last
LA freeway?
Yeah, LA freeway, like on the 101 right there by I forgot the name of the area. Is it Alameda Street? Whatever, right close to La Placita. So they like protesters got onto the freeway, shut down the lanes of the southbound 101, and so basically they stopped traffic. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm putting myself in like their shoes, and I'm like, okay, that's sending a message. That's a powerful message. You're stopping traffic. You're causing chaos. You're like, you know, getting the attention of the media. And then, like, I'm trying to think, like, if I was one of the people, like, stuck in traffic, I'd be like, ah.
That's another thing. That you're. Let's say that there's a group of immigrants that if they don't make it to work, they get fired.
Damn, they're just screwed other people.
You just got a whole bunch. You just lost income for a single family home or something like that. Or the fact that, like, yes, there is a lot of people out there that they're going for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But they're doing the wrong things.
Right.
Where it's like, yes, maybe they do believe like, okay, maybe I can make a change, but like by stopping traffic, what happens if someone is just, I don't know, just not paying attention? They're on the freeway, they're going 80 miles per hour or something like that. They're trying to get to work, and then out of nowhere, they just see this crowd of people try to slam their brakes. Dude, there's car accidents, and people have car accidents where they have plenty of time to see the car and they still get into an accident.
Yeah.
Let alone you put someone on the road, no airbags, no protection of an actual vehicle. People are opening themselves to being able to get off on the freeway just because someone wasn't paying attention. You're not supposed to be there, so it's not their fault either. They're just trying to get to work. They're just trying to get home, and you're now causing this massive thing. And possibly, how many accidents do you think happened just because of that? Like, I'm sure some people were like going home, driving, and then like there's now a whole bunch of traffic. They slam their brakes, they rear end someone.
Yeah.
And then they're stuck in that traffic for like another 3-4 hours because LAPD or the sheriff's department, highway patrol needs to clear out all those people off the freeway.
Yeah, no, it just creates more problems. You know, I don't know.
They, in a weird way, they essentially stopped the economy for a little bit.
Yeah,
in that area.
I could say that probably happened. Definitely, like stopped the flow of traffic. People weren't getting to their
people
destination.
ordering an Uber.
Imagine like trying to catch a flight, and I'm like,
you lose your flight because of that? Oh man,
I'll be mad. I'll be like, oh heck no.
You didn't pay for the flight insurance.
Dang, you lost your flight right there.
You lost your flight right there. So
yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's one of those tough things.
It's one of those things where you agree, but then you disagree because there's just how do you solve something that there's problems on both ends?
Yeah, no one's gonna be happy.
No one. Yeah, there has to be some compromise, and at that point, I mean, I think the best case scenario for the whole thing is if
deport everyone.
Not deport everyone.
Oh, okay.
I would say let the people that are applying have a faster process.
Okay.
And deport all these people with the option of getting in that line of the faster process to getting legalization.
I see what you mean. Yes.
But at the same time, if you look at all the reports, since they began deporting people, a lot of people got scared because it was like almost like the first day that they started back in January. I think, or the first week, it was like they had deported like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And each day it was like increasing
more
in numbers
and
and numbers. And you got to remember, people are getting scared because they're going into the schools. They're pulling all these people up. No, where are all these people that they're deporting? They're illegal immigrants that were in jail.
Yep.
Why are the taxpayers going to be paying for someone that just got charged with a felony, that is in prison, that shouldn't be here? They're gathering all those people. So the majority of those people that got deported
are felons.
Are people that were in prison. That's like the low-hanging fruit. If you were going to deport all these people, where would you start? Well, start in the prison. We already have them. Let's get them out of here and then go from there.
Yeah. No,
so that's why a lot of people got scared. It was like, they're going into offices, they're going into work. No. They're going first to the people that they have, and then they're going to go for the people that they're looking for. So like if someone got charged with a felony or like a DUI or something like that, and they know that they're an illegal immigrant, they're probably going to go hunt them down and find them. But ultimately, they're not going after the regular dude that's picking strawberries or has a landscaping job or works as a cleaning lady or does this, does that. They're not hunting these people down. They're hunting the people that have a criminal record.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen also that they're obviously going first after those that have been in prison, jail, have some kind of like misdemeanor or felony, record. And I totally agree. Like, yes, send those that have no right. You know, in reality, like, let's be honest. Like those people that have done bad or have wronged others in society, take them out. You know. What was I reading that? What's the president from El Salvador? Bukele.
Oh yeah.
So he was saying,
didn't he say that he was gonna house
American
and anyone from like MS-13 or something like that.
Yeah. So, man, I was watching a video. Yeah.
What was it? The Agua del Tren gang?
Oh, I don't know.
Or what was it? Tren de Agua gang or something like that?
Trae tu agua, I think. No, I'm just kidding. Trae tu agua. No,
tráeme café.
Tráeme café. Gay. Oh man, that'd be a good gay. I'll join that.
Tráeme café.
Café. You gotta bring me coffee to join our ranks.
What kind? Starbucks? Or what are we talking about?
And you have to pay with blood. No, but Bukele was saying. Bukele was saying that. No, he's cool. I like him. I like his videos. I like what he posts and what he shows, what he's doing for his country. And
he cleaned up big time.
Yeah, he cleaned up crime. He's done a lot of things for his country. Look him up. He what was he doing? Oh, the prisons. They look crazy, man. Like the things he's done at the prisons. Like he basically brought the prisoners to I don't know how to describe it, but to the bare bottom where he's just like, oh, you have no clothes, you're gonna be all shaven, they're gonna follow these strict rules, and now a lot of them are getting into this into a weird labor force of they're making textiles and doing uniforms. So the prisoners in the prison are now being trained to do certain trades. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's kind of like a
that's kind of like what they do here.
Yeah, but I think more over there they're doing it